Whew! Alright. Ladies and gents, welcome to game number 1 in a best of 5 between Nicov and Ink. Nicov, in most people's eyes, is the strongest person in the qualifier. Sorry, Doubt. But Nikov's looking good. I know Nikov's been training. I know he's been active. And I also really hope he gets in, to be honest, because unfortunately he faced up against Viper in both previous Hidden Cups when he was playing really well. So the hidden seeding screwed over poor Nicov in the past. But here in the blue we have Nicov. He has gone for the Aztecs, and Ink has gone for Huns for game 1. Interesting that Ink has tried to go for Huns when other civilizations are open. We didn't talk about it too much, but if you go back to this screen here, sorry to do this, but you have to. Mayans and Chinese were globally banned. So they globally banned Chinese and Mayans out of here. Huns is a strong civilization, and I think if you're playing against someone like Nicov, you need to go for a civilization you're comfortable with. Huns always have a chance, but I think in this game, Ink is going to have some really solid defense against Nikov's early pressure. Whew. So, for the people who are here watching on Twitch, we have Nicov versus Ink, and then the final set of today, the set you've all been waiting for, will be Huang versus Doubts. Alright? Ooh. See, Nicov already being a pest with this eagle. He's not messing around. I've been waiting for Huang versus Doubt for a long time, and I think we're gonna have some quality games, some quality memes in that set in just a few hours. I'll answer some questions though. This is game 1 Arabia, and then you have 2 home maps per player. Let's say Ink wins this, then we would go to Nicov, one of Nikov's home maps for game 2, but that's how it works, okay? T90 official, how does civ picking work this round? Well, so it's always hidden civilization free pick, except for the global bans or any civilization you've used. So there's 2 civs globally banned. Mayans and Chinese will not be seen throughout this best of 5. So if you feel like one civ is chosen too frequently, you don't like that civilization, it might be good on a map that you're not comfortable playing on, you can globally ban it. And then the rest of the civilizations, I wanted players to have the freedom to pick whatever they would want. Has Ink played in a tournament before? No. Be small phallus. Hello. No, Ink has not performed. I would say this is easily the biggest event that he has participated in. Technically, it could be, based on prize pool, the biggest event most players in the community, regardless of skill, have participated in. Like, you could say it's the biggest tournament, 1v1 tournament Viper has participated in, for example. But, yeah, Ink is definitely one of those players. He's been training a lot. He's improved a lot over the last year. And he and many others have just gotten into the qualifier. So I think he'll be proud to make it in, and we'll see what type of a performance he can have here. Guys, I really don't know what's going on today. But this is just ridiculous. And I apparently need to fix the silent alerts for next week of the qualifier, because on our screen it's just going to say that people have subscribed. I don't even want the new people who have subscribed over the past 4 days to be overshadowed, because there's been so many of you. But Shadowruff gifting 69, I don't know what to say to that, guys. I really don't know what to say. Like, after a certain amount, I'm not speechless because I have to talk, but my god. Wait, is Ink going to Huang? Okay, he's built the barracks. He's placed the barracks. This would be a bit late for a Huang, I think. Oh, the scout fight is something he can't take, unfortunately, against that eagle. Is this man-at-arms, then, for Ink? Okay, it looks like it'll be man-at-arms. So going man-at-arms as Huns against Aztecs. And Nicov is scouted nice and early. Might expect the man-at-arms. He's actually going for a delayed drush. Looks to me like he wants to wall his base, stay secure, and go for a fast castle behind this. Drush Fast Castle is back, guys. Drush FC is back in the meta. It has been the last few months. It's been happening more and more frequently. I am streaming in 1080p. If for some reason you don't have 1080p, you could refresh the stream or look at the quality options. It's all there for you. Man, this is going to hurt Ink so much. This is going to hurt Ink so much. Check this out. So, basically, he's going to Feudal Age to upgrade these units here. Okay, and he wants to do damage with those units immediately upon arriving to feudal age. Nicov, he wants to delay Ink and or engage versus those units before they're upgraded. So Ink's going to send his units forward. He's thinking, yeah, be aggressive. Time to be aggressive. Nicov is thinking, and oh, he's not going Drush Fast Castle, by the way. He's just going Drush into what looks to be archers. But he's going to keep all of that pressure back because of his presence here. So it's tough in Ink's shoes. Do you engage? Because if you engage, you might not be able to justify getting Man-at-Arms later. What do you do against this? He chooses to engage so he can keep himself protected. It's not the worst fight he could ever take. He loses one militia, and he could maybe still get Man-at-Arms here. But I think for Ink, you probably got to go for a fast range and get the archers flowing. Now, look at the amount on wood. This is important here. He has 10 on wood, which is important because then he can follow up with archers and skirms. Notice Nicov is doing the same, right? So Nicov just sent the militia forward to buy time, and so he could breathe a little bit and be more secure. And when he is in feudal age in a moment, he will add his own ranges. T90, have you ever considered having a separate prize pool up for community vote at the end? Separate prize pool up for community vote. I actually don't know what that means. Do you mean like a guessing competition? Because we have guessing competitions. There's going to be so much... there's going to be so much going on as far as competitions go that adding like transferring of money to people in the community as well as the players would just be too much. But what do you guys think of the new overlay? I've seen a lot of compliments in the chat about it. That's good. A community favorite player before name reveal. Yeah, yeah, Ghost of Yoda. That is something on the cards. We're still going to do the competition where the player who is the least guessed. So you guys will have a web page that you can go to guess players. So what was really fun is last time the player who was least guessed would get $100. The player who hid their identity would get $100 just for fun. That was Doubt. He said easy money. Yep, you can see the civilizations now. This you can see as well. This isn't what I'm using to cast the main event. The main event will have something special, which I can't discuss. Not necessarily Capture Age, but trust me, it'll be sick. I like the overlay, I just wish we could see the resources for both players. Yeah, that's one thing Capture Age spoiled us with, didn't it? Yep, I'm with you there. Well, good thing is you can see it says resources of Nicov, and when I toggle back and forth, you can see it. So I do my best. It's currently very tough because if I want to, well, let's talk about the game for a moment here because Ink is holding his own here, guys. Ink is holding his own. He has skirms and archers mixed. I think since Nikov's adding a few eagles, life could be difficult if he goes too heavy on skirms. So I'm noticing now that he's starting to add another archer. Hopefully he adds more. The Ink has done okay. He has not done bad. One range, one barracks production for Nicov. I definitely think Aztecs want to be going eagles in this matchup. But going heavy eagles in feudal age is tough to justify against the archers. So he's actually just making... He's just making the eagles now for a buffer so he can micro a bit. You have no game on stream so you don't appear on the directory, says Deku. Is that true, guys? Does it... At the bottom left, does it not say that I'm streaming Age of Empires 2 DE? That's the first time it says no game. Really? Huh. Well, I mean, let's change that after the game. We have a lot of people here right now. Thank you guys for being here. Apparently there's no game. Some people says it's there. Okay, maybe just refresh. I'm not sure. I'll take a look at that after the game. Because Ink is doing fine, man. Ink is doing fine. I think Ink should push out now. Ink should push out. Let's go. Ink, you can engage versus these eagles. He has the better army comp. Eagles are only good when you get a lot of them, and you get a lot of upgrades. Now, Nicov did research armor on his skirms, so it's kind of hard for archers to take them out, but Ink has more numbers. I wonder what level of confidence Ink is feeling right now. Game 1 against someone like Nicov. He probably is nervous, right? Nicov has been here before. He has so much experience. He's #1 seed for a reason. In fact, I was surprised. Oh, look at the micro from Nicov. Nicov, he didn't take a single hit there. That was beautiful. The confidence to fight with less army. Is this Nicov or is this Leary? Come on, man. That was so solid. Eagles take so long to produce, and they're very costly on gold. And fletching archers in feudal age can't engage versus them. Unless you're talking high numbers. So, at the moment, the fact that Nicov has eagles here, it's pretty much just so he can run around in the front, like distract with them, and use the skirms against the archer combo from Ink. Ink has not been able to push out. The KD is 6-9, 9-6, nice. And Ink has walled the right side of his base. Tell me he scouted this. Okay, this is wide open for some reason that I don't understand. We're looking at 15 on food for Ink, 300 food in the bank, and 18 on food. Ah, there's the difference. Ink has invested more into creating army. Nicov has gone for eco, and Nicov is already on the way to the next stage. And he's making the second barrack. So now, keeping those eagle numbers alive, very important. Normally, this is what I see. It sounds dumb, but in Huns vs. Aztecs, what I tend to see is the Hun player has to go crossbow into cav archer. And if you think, T90, why not go knights against eagles? It's because it's actually a worse move against Aztecs who have the best monks in the game. Or then Aztecs could go full infantry upgrades, and they could go eagles and pike, and then your knights are screwed. So, hitting and running with the cav archers is normally what you'll see high-level players do in this situation. But still, we haven't even seen Ink click up. So he has the army production, that's good. But he hasn't been able to push out with it. And I think his food income was a bit short behind all of this. I mean, way short behind all of this, because he still hasn't even clicked up to the castle age. T90, how is Nicov 5 bills ahead when Ink hasn't lost any bills? I wasn't paying close attention to that, but you're right. I mean, that could do with the fact that Nicov didn't research wheelbarrow, which is kind of common with Aztecs. Also could have been some idle time for Ink. If you want to see how important idle time can be, watch the Ganji Dogal game 1. It was a sick game, too. But the more aggressive player there did have some TC idle time behind it. Again, Nicov, I don't think he wants to lose eagle numbers. He just wants to trade against archers as well as he can. Really surprised that he's dove in here like this. Okay, yeah. He's lost some HP. And the eagles run back. He's trading versus the archers. He doesn't care about skirms too much anymore. Now Nikov's getting Eagle Warrior, and he does not have the armor upgrade on the way yet. But once that armor upgrade's in, Ink could just flat out die to this. There's a lot of weak eagles. And there go the eagles. Ink is just... It's kind of weird how late he was to Castle Age, and now he's going to pay the price. He did quick wall there, but there's a hole down here, and... I think we're seeing the difference between a player who has tournament experience and who probably doesn't have many jitters, a player who has a lot of confidence, and a player who's made it into a qualifier. Nicov! There we go, he's fighting now. A player who's made it into a qualifier and expects to go far in the main event. Squire's on the way for the Eagles. Guys, this is just not good for Ink. And I think he's also gone for the wrong play to make knights. It might actually clear up the Eagles earlier than cav archers would. You almost need to go knights here. But the situation he's going to be in after the fact is really rough. And he knows he doesn't have access to gold comfortably, so he's building a market so he could sell. Nikov's just all over him. The skirms are getting wrecked. Or sorry, the archers are getting wrecked by those two skirms. And now look how comfortable you can play from Nikov's position. Nikov's on the second town center. Nicov will potentially add a monastery to get conversions. So even if, like, Nicov at this point has 46 villagers versus 37. It's just, he's a class above right now. Yeah, you're right. If he doesn't go knights here, he dies. It's true. But, man, if the casual times were even, he could go crossbow and bodkin with all those archers, which did nothing for him offensively in this game. And then from there, he's in a great position. I hear that monastery for Nicov. To maybe go 4-range cav archers with Huns. I do feel like Huns for Arabia pick when Aztecs is clearly going to be picked by Nicov is a rather odd place to choose it. I think it mainly came down to Ink being comfortable with this civilization. T90, why does no one use auto farm rebuilding? Players do, but they use it when the wood doesn't matter as much. So if you're using, at your level, it's probably fine, but at the high level, if you're using auto farm rebuilding, what happens is you'll find that when you need wood, you don't have it because farms are being rebuilt. So players at this stage of the game are not going to use it. They'll use it in the Imperial Age when it's not something you need to nitpick over as much. See, like there, right there. See how the farm expired? Nicov pulled them over to wood afterwards because he doesn't need the food. Like, those types of things are very important. Nicov now placing the farm there also helps with the farm position. So, that's why. Do you think Aztecs have the advantage against Huns? They do, yeah, I mean, there's so many good things about Aztecs. You could have globally banned Aztecs. But if you don't globally ban Aztecs, you have to expect you're up against it. And I don't think Huns is really the best civ for facing Aztecs. But we'll see now. Ink is on 3 town centers. He's on 3 TCs. He's obviously behind in Vils. Nikov's on 3 TCs as well. Nicov, he hasn't gone crazy with the upgrades. He doesn't have the second armor or second attack upgrade. The same could be said for Nikov's knights, or Ink's knights rather. Alright, Ink shows up. He sees the TC, he sees the eagles. I do think that this many eagles can engage versus that. And now Nicov will make another monastery. So again, if you are going heavy knights against the guy who's going eagles, if they add in monks, you're in trouble. And Nikov's already been collecting some relics too, so he's on his way back with his second relic. There's this one, there's this one. The relics are really close for him. T90 Teutons can be accounted for Aztecs. On Arena, yes. On an open map, no, I think Aztecs would still be significantly better. Hey, White the Wise, he says, hello from India, my first live stream view, welcome. Aztecs are just, they've been one of the best civs for 1v1s on Arabia for years, so there's not a lot that they don't do well. It seems very much like Nicov knows he's in the lead here, and he's in cruise control now. Nicov wasn't, Ink wasn't fighting him. For some reason, I keep getting these names confused. So he ran in to distract, and he's saying, bring it on, man. Bring it on.
Jay?
How many relics are we looking at? 3 relics, 33% more gold per relic now. Huns were, I don't know if Huns were necessarily considered the best Arabia Civ. They're definitely up there. But back in the day, I think people just enjoyed Huns more. Hun wars are really fun. And there's a lot going on all the time. So yes, they were certainly something that was picked a lot in tournaments too, but I think it was because players, kind of like Ink. Ink has played with Huns thousands of times, so he's used to Huns. Comfortable with Huns. But I don't think there was ever a time where Huns were better than Aztecs, regardless of the balance. Yep. Guys, Nicov, he's unstoppable here. He's played so well. He'll have all 5 relics soon. You can't get relic victory. Oh, we should do that! Hidden Cup 4, you can win with relic victory. Oh! And wonder victory. So if your opponent gets the relics, just quickly build a wonder. Tink, 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 tink. The eagles are attacking the monastery, which I guess is useless now for Ink. Ink arrives, and Nicov says, thank you, I'll take 3 of those knights, and then my monks will heal up. I think this is probably the end for Ink. Think Ink. 30 eagles. Ink has 10 knights. And Nicov has more eco. This is just... Ever since Nicov had that faster castle age, he's expanded his economy, got the relics, has more military. You just can't be that much later to the castle age. This isn't a fight that Nicov needs to take. He does not need to take this fight, but Ash probably wants to play some team game. he knows he can finish the game because he has such a big lead. And villagers will die to that, and it's just... Ink has been brutalized here in game 1. Look, Nicov even sends his knight to the wood line. Have a heart. Have a heart, Nicov.
Bad.
I bet you Aftermath wish they had a heart. Where's Heart at, man? I wish Heart was playing in Hidden Cup. Alright. Nicov wins game number 1. Here's the statistics. This is really all that mattered. 10,000 food, 10,000 wood, 400 stone, way more gold, way more villagers. It was this right here. Look how much more dark red there was for Ink. He could have pushed his advantage. He maybe didn't have confidence in the micro, and he was way later to the Castle Age. 2 minutes later, and Nicov turned that into a 20-ville lead, all the relics, all the eagles he would ever want. But hey, it's okay. Take a deep breath. Ink now has some home maps to go to, alright? So, I spoke to Ink. He didn't seem like he was very happy to get to play in the qualifier, but he didn't seem like he was the most confident. He chose El Dorado and High Tide, 2 very different maps, so maybe he chose 2 maps to prepare some strategies for, and we'll see what he goes for. But remember, we cannot see Chinese. Chinese is a strong civ for El Dorado, but Ink banned it. So is it possible that Ink banned Chinese globally and then has another civilization in mind for El Dorado? Let's see. Here we go. Alright, before I get too crazy with talking about this. Wait! No, we're gonna get crazy. He picked Khmer? He actually picked Khmer. Oh my god. Did Spring influence him? Okay, hold on. I can't, no offense, I cannot thank subs and donos. I think Spring influenced him. In Hidden Cup 2 qualifiers, Spring tried a strategy on El Dorado. I think it was that. No, it was USA Cup. It was USA Cup. Spring tried a strategy, and it did not work. And I don't think it's good, but we'll see. Here in the red, we have Ink. He's gone for Khmer. And then we have Indians for Nicov. Now, Indian villagers collect fish faster. It's one of the fastest food sources in the game. So I can see why you would pick Indians if you can't go for Chinese on this map. I think Ink has gone for Khmer, so he can go for a super fast feudal, because you do not need to have 2 Dark Age buildings to go feudal age. Spring went for 15 population scout rush. I don't even think Spring built a lumber camp though, so at least Ink has improved upon that. But you pick El Dorado as a home map. You globally ban Chinese.
Namaste.
I feel like there are much better civilizations than Khmer. It is true, farming can get awkward on this. But again, I don't like the civ choice from Ink, but I'm willing to see what he has planned here. Now, on El Dorado, you have 2 tiles of gold and 2 tiles of stone. So you have 2 tiles of stone here, 2 tiles of gold. You see the same for Nicov near his wood line. The rest of the gold and stone is all in the center, so there's a lot of focus there. On the HC3 version of El Dorado, we have water on the outer edge, as well as the fish in the center. You have a boar, you have some deer, so there's lots and lots of options for food. Wasn't Spring suggesting 20 pop elephants? I don't know. I didn't hear that. I'm just remembering what Spring tried in USA Cup. It's actually the only reason why I could think you would go for Khmer on a map with shorefish when Indians are available. The Vikings could be really good for their eco. Man, I could think of quite a few civs here. You could still go Aztecs. Aztecs is available for Ink. Aztecs have always been fantastic on this map. Oh! Oh! Okay, Ink is taking out the Dockville. Oh, it's a Doubt Dock! Let's go, Ink! It's a Doubt Dock, 98%. Nicov wanted to get the best dock position possible in the north, and that dock is denied at 98%. Now, the scout could actually kill another villager if Nicov doesn't get loom. Nicov has to be careful. Oh, he's bringing his own scout over. Alright, so the dock is delayed. Now, that would be huge if Ink already had his dock up, and he's a bit delayed. But it's up faster. He doesn't have the wood for a fishing ship yet. Actually, Nicov will still have fishing ships out faster. So, at least he got the villager pick, though. At least he got the villager pick. Listen, we all know that KD is all that matters. It's the only stat that matters. So he got that kill. There you have it. T90, don't you think Khmer is pretty awesome on this map? Farms and houses everywhere. Can't kill Khmervilles. Well, it's just the lack of economy that worries me for Khmer. And this is a map where you normally don't go very farm heavy, but maybe you don't go very farm heavy because of where you have to place the farms. I don't know. We'll see. All I'm saying is I'm unsure what he was thinking when he picked it, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he goes for. See, look, he went for a super fast feudal. Nicov will also go up for a fast feudal. Has one more Vil. He's just a bit behind. So I think what I've seen recently, we saw a few El Dorado games in the qualifiers, is 2 lumber camps, lots of wood, lots of gold, and then try and clear out opponents' fishing ships. It bothers me that Ink has built a dock to just make 1 fishing ship. It doesn't seem like he's thought far ahead about what his economy is going to be looking like after the fish. You know? Just 1 fishing ship. Okay, now he's making a second. Whereas Nicov is about to be on 4. Nicov lost the Vil, but is definitely ahead with Eco. I would say that at least Ink is going to keep this scout alive because he'll hit Feudal Fester. Don't need farms when you have fish traps? Yeah, just ask Slam. Just ask Slam. Slam will tell you all about that one. Alright. What is that? Oh, that... Why lumber camp there? Why lumber camp there? There's wood here? There's this beautiful wood line. You could lumber camp there and then wall... Oh, man. Alright, well, he's making a stable. He's making a stable. Now, he does not need to build a barracks before making the stable. Nicov built a barracks and is making a stable. And he's also sending some to gold. He might not even commit to a mining camp. I think that what this might be... Oh, Ink, steal the turkeys! What this might be is that he wants a few fire galleys out to take out the fish. Ink is making a demo first? Lick's strategies, man. The amount of... I have to say, the qualifiers have had some amazing sets. They've also had some very unique strategies. If he's going straight for a demo, that's not in defense. That tells me that he wants to demo Nikov's fish and get them all at once. His scout is now dead for Ink, but he has 2 more. Nicov really wants to know what his opponent is doing. And okay, we start to see the Khmer farms. Maybe this was it. Maybe this was what Ink wanted. He does not have horse collar, which really bothers me. Because, yes, the Khmer farms fast. The Khmer farms are fast. But those farms might not last too long. Nikov's playing very safe on the left. You see, it seems like Ink is very scared to move away from his TC. You know, it's not very... high confidence. But I do like how he built the house next to the farms. Guys, after this best of 5, however long this takes, we will have a short break, and then we will see Doubt versus Wong. I can't wait. Now, I saw this demo, and it didn't make any sense to me. This is why it didn't make any sense, because Nicov will just take it out. And now... Ink will have his fishing ships exposed with no defense for it. Alright, the 4 scouts for Ink are looping around now. Smart play from Nicov, safe play from Nicov. It honestly could add more fishing ships now. Yeah, because you see your opponent started off with the demo. You don't have any reason not to add more fishing ships at the moment. There go the scouts for Ink. We have 5 scouts for Nicov and a few spears around. So Ink, you need to get out of here, man. You need to maybe split here around the spear. Whoop! Okay. Now he can make his own spearmen, which is a big problem in a scout war. Because he didn't make the barracks. Blacksmith? Blacksmith. And another stable. So he wants to go all in scouts. That's honestly what this is Ink doesn't have faith in his ability to compete with Nicov the longer this game goes. So he wants to go for scout upgrades, and he wants to go for scout numbers and try and kill Nicov fast. It's good logic when you're at a disadvantage. Nicov has his fire galley here and could clear out those fishing ships any second. And Bloodlines now on the way for Ink. Now Nicov is probably going to wall and just play very defensive. He expects the extra scouts. He knows he has more resources saved. So he's sending more villagers to wall. This is excellent game sense from Nicov. So now Ink is fully committing to units that cannot get past walls. And I believe he's about to be walled out. And 2 spears and the scouts on the hill. Ink will know he needs to take an engagement soon with those upgrades. The walls are almost up. Yep. And Ink will fight. He should fight anyways. Fight it. Yeah, there you go. Fight on the hill. He'll have scouts remaining after this, but my worry is, has he invested too many resources into a strategy that will not kill anything in Nikov's base? Nicov, even if he killed villagers, he hasn't combated on water. So Nicov has a huge lead because of the fish. It's just not a strategy that you should really go for on El Dorado. Like, to pick this as a home map and forget about the water is... it's gonna be very rough for Ink. The farms look beautiful. I have to say that. The farms do look beautiful. But the difference is, not only do they have this around the same amount of villagers, but Nicov has the fishing bonus. And he's on his way to the next stage, and he can just make camels. Ooh, okay, Ink. Okay. So, there's a lot of gold, and there's a lot of stone here, so he wants to tower it up. But without even a barracks. Oh no, he's making a barracks. Okay, so he's expecting camels. So he needs to go heavy feudal spearmen to deal with the camels. Does Nicov have this gate locked? Don't tell me the gate's gonna open. Alright, they're attacking the gate. Nikov's pretty low on wood at the moment. Did it already open? I missed it. I missed it, so apparently Ink missed it as well. Oh, man. It just seems like there's no hope. You gave Nicov a free fish boom, and now he'll make camels. And it's not just that. What will happen is he'll add a second TC. He'll add a third TC. His eco will just get stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. Alright, so the tower's up. Nicov will make a siege workshop. I actually like how Nicov is prioritizing that, because when you're in Castle Age faster, it's tempting to add the second TC, but on a map like this, where he's almost out of his gold, you really need to pressure the middle first. But guys, how important have the fish been? Look at all the docks from Nicov. It's crazy. And he's had no reason to... and here all the farms are expiring, which I kind of expected. He's had no reason to not make the fish, because Ink hasn't gone for water. Ash throwing some shade in chat. Ash, who is Nikov's girlfriend, just said, I've beaten Ink before. This isn't really a fair matchup. You can't take my boyfriend. Wow, poor Ink. Well, the camels will now clear up the spears. We're talking feudal age units. And this, guys, it's just been expected. It's just been expected. The set 1 and set 2 today might just be lowering our expectations before the big finale with Wong and with Doubt. Oh man, I can't wait for that set. Even if that set's a 3-0, it's gonna be so fun casting Doubt and Wong. 74 population to 36. But yes, it's going to be tough for the first seed. Sorry, for the 32nd seed here. But I'm not trying to sound judgmental. It does not seem like the strategy was well thought out. Now, sometimes I lose perspective because I'm full-time AoE. A lot of others are not, right? And so I play the game all the time. I cast the game all the time. I know the strats. I know the meta. I know all these things. But for El Dorado to go demo start on water and not go on gold and just give up fish is suicide. It's absolute suicide. And that's even before we talk about Khmer, which obviously Khmer can be good in many situations. So as much like I have high hopes for Ink because I play with him too, and he's from the States. It's just I don't think this ever had a chance of working, even if he didn't create the extra scouts. But one thing I have to ask of you guys, for all the players in this qualifier, they have put years of their life into the game. Years, okay? Like thousands of hours, many of them tens of thousands of hours, so please don't be disrespectful to people who get into their first qualifier and it just doesn't work out because they have to face Nicov, or some of these other pros. Nicov wins. Nicov had the TC up in the middle. That one was no surprise to me the second I saw the strategy from Ink. But we'll move on to game number 3. He didn't have his strat really prepared for El Dorado. What's his other home map? High Tide. Okay. Now, I actually feel like High Tide is a map that Nicov will play pretty well on. But at least he can be a little bit more secure on High Tide. And High Tide is not a map that Nicov... I don't know what Nicov has practiced, but I don't think he would have practiced that one as much as some of the others. At least he didn't build 3 archery ranges. That's true. That's true. I didn't build 3 archery ranges in a... Well, I don't want to disrespect Masters of Islands, but I was in the noob bracket of Masters of Islands when that happened, but... Alright. So keep in mind that even if Ink loses this today, Matcha Salsa did propose to him. Alright? So he might not find wins today, but he will find love. He always has that. Not many people in the chat can say that. I'm sorry. Too real. Too real. Young Juan, Chubby Hob, thank you guys for the Twitch Primes. Thank you, Malon, Lucao, Logic loves you, Kane TV, Cheddar Willie. Wow, this is crazy. Guys, awesome support today. Let's move on. Okay. Game 3 between Ink and between Nicov. Oh, I forgot to change... I don't know if... Maybe Robo can do that? I don't know if it's possible to set my game as Age of Empires 2 DE. It's just not a big deal. We have tons of people here. It's alright. People know where to be. Welcome, guys. Game number 3. This is the second to last best of 5 in the round of 16 qualifier. Nicov, who is the first seed. He's been playing very well. He's gone for Persians, and Ink has also gone for Persians. So, we saw this map before, and we saw Huns against Japanese. Was it Huns Japanese? I think it was. And that was between Rubenstock and Project Belgium. Now, both players felt like Persians would be strong on this map. Have the ability to pick any civilization except civs they've chose before. And Persians, I think, is a good one. You have the water out here to the right side, so you could see a lot of heavy walling, a lot of docking, and a lot of combating for the water. In my opinion, this is a very dangerous map to pick against Nicov because Nicov is a very good hybrid map player, and he's incredible with water. In fact, you see it in team games, you see it with 1v1s with Nicov, so maybe Ink has a trick up his sleeve. Persians start with 50 more wood. They start with 50 more food. Their TCs work slightly faster. And all that leads towards fantastic land eco, which you'll need on this map because there's lots of room to expand on land. And then awesome ability to fight on water as well. Mate says Tato will no participate in Hidden Cup. Mate, this is the qualifier. So we have Tato, we have Viper, we have Hera, Leary, MBL. I actually have to count with my fingers here because I always forget some people. Vivi, Yo, and the Max. Those players are already guaranteed a spot in the main event. But what we're trying... Oh boy, Ink is collecting shoe sheep right now. What we're trying to determine is who will join them. 32-man bracket. There's a lot of big names in this bracket, like Doubt, like Nicov, like Velez, like Dogao, like Glan, like Vinchester, Tim. Only 8 will qualify for the final spots. Toe Jelly says he'll join them. Toe Jelly, I believe in you. If you would just put some effort in, I believe you could beat Viper. Do we know the prize pool yet? I know it's slightly over $50,000. The exact number will change. Every subscriber this channel has at the end of the main event, $1 will go into the prize pool with a minimum of 5K. And then you have 35K from Microsoft, and you have like 16,000 coming in from other sponsors. So we have a lot of money on the line. Alright, there's the dock from Nicov. Now, Ink is docking over here. So what's cool about this on this map is you can kind of hide where you're going to dock. I like the idea. It does delay your dock because this is closer. So maybe it's better to build your first dock here, let them know you're docking, and then dock elsewhere. But at the moment, at least Ink seems to have a proper game plan down. And this is pretty similar for both. Both 5 on wood, both docking. And what I think this will turn into is probably walling to protect yourself on lands, and then full water play. They've gone for the same civ. I believe they've thought through the same strategy, so wouldn't surprise me to see the same thing, and we'll see who can execute that the best. What if I want to sub, but I don't want to support the tournament? Just let me know then. Let me know. I'll totally take $1 out. When do you compete, T90 official? I'm not competing. I'm casting, my friend. T90, could a Smurf account who got into top 20 on ranked ladder get into a big tournament if nobody knew who they were? No. Because you sign up, you link your main account, has to have a certain amount of games. So, no, not really. Everyone's known. You have to remember, everyone's known. So it's not too difficult. And also with AoE2.net, you can see if there's family sharing on accounts. So, there's ways to know. Alright, so Ink has not clicked up yet. He's 11 food away from Feudal Age. He'll probably have it now. Drop off food? Up. Okay. So he's 25% behind. So this is the type of thing that matters even more so in a mirror matchup. In a mirror matchup, and if you're both going for the same strategy, if someone's 20% faster to the next stage, that can really hurt. In fact, it's going to hurt because Ink will lose his scout, or at least a lot more HP. He just took a 3 HP hit, which means he can't fight. And if Nikov's in Feudal Age faster, he will get more speed and attack. There's the second dock. Oh, it's not the same strat. Okay, so Ink... again, guys, I feel like he's just not putting enough importance on the water. Because he's not committing to 2 docks, which means he'll just lose his fishing ships. It's just going to be a repeat of the previous game. I liked the idea when I saw the early dock. Maybe he wanted to hide it from Nicov and then go for scouts. And Nicov is open, but... And here he takes some hits. Ink knows he'll lose the scout, so he decides to fight. I think I probably would have continued to run there. Alright, mods, we need to apparently handle the bots. Sorry, chat. Man, we find all these ways to handle the bots, and then they show up anyways. We could just put it into sub-only mode for like 20 minutes. Mods, somebody. It doesn't seem too bad, though. They calm down pretty quick. Alright, whatever. Archer range with Persians. Okay. Yeah, guys, we'll, when the bots are gone, we'll let everyone free. Sorry about that. I want everyone to be able to chat. But I also don't want bots, so... Everyone's like, no plebs, yeah. It's fine. We were all pleb once. They are appreciated here. So this is something that Nicov might not expect. So Nicov is going to clear out Ink on water and have a free fish boom and have a big eco lead, but he might not expect archers. I don't see why he would expect archers. So this might be the... Oh, hold on. He saw the barracks. And... now he's making his own barracks? I bet you he thinks he'll have to deal with scouts. Okay, and now one archer attacks, and Nicov sees the vills too, so he knows what's going on. So he quickly towers his gold. Ink doesn't have scouting intel, so he doesn't know where any of Nikov's resources are. This will be so tough for Ink to push the right positions. I don't want to be negative Nancy, or I guess negative 90. But if you choose a home map like this, I don't think this is ever the strategy. It's just, to give up water 2 games in a row is very, very peculiar for me. You see the eco lead there for Nicov. He picks maps that have water on them, and then he doesn't fight for water, which is confusing. Alright, so two archers, 2 spears. Maybe he was trying to bait Nicov into going for water, and Nicov will just fight with villagers against this. He doesn't care. He'll just fight with villagers. Ink is doing his best to wall in the tower, except there's an archer here now from Nicov, and I think this is... I hate, again, I don't want to be negative, but this is clearly never going to work. I think it was probably low confidence play, first tournament ever against Nicov, first big tournament and up against Nicov, right? So, you know, he wanted to try something wacky, but you have to have some semblance of meta. But you know what? I spoke to Ink, and he said, T90, if nothing else, I'm going to get the viewers excited for the Doubt vs. Huang matchup. And that right there is a Doubt tower. Will we see that in the next set? When Doubt plays Huang. Who knows? Thank you, Ink. Look at all the fishing ships! This is deja vu! This is deja vu. So many fishing ships. Nicov did the right thing to defend with the tower. At least, if you go Persians, I feel like scouts would be more surprising, right? You make 3 scouts and you run right in with mobility and snipe some bills. It certainly wasn't something that Nicov expected. He expected his opponent to do exactly what he was... Excuse me, what he was doing. Just fishing ships everywhere. Nicov, do you ever play a game versus the AI just because you want to boom and win? And just mindlessly fish boom or mindlessly farm and not pay attention to army? That's what this looks like. The amount of docks he has, 16 minutes in, looks like he's just like, oh, this is great. Just fish booming. Amazing eco. 14 kills for Nicov and 0 deaths for Ink. I feel for Ink because I don't think that what he has shown here today represents the skill level that he has. I just think his... As the Aftermath would say, I think his brain potatoed. And he tried to go for things that were way too radical. And he's paying the price for it. Alright, 16-3 now. 2 villager forward with 2 archers and 2 spears is not really... It's not really a strat, guys. It's not something you see. And now what I would expect is for Nicov to be getting close to clicking up to the next stage. Probably look towards Knights with all the food income he'll have. What I will say is that Ink did invest into a lot of farms. So, he might... Okay, okay. Hold the phone. Hold the phone, guys. Ink is on his way to Castle Age before Nicov. Nicov will be up in just a moment. So this is actually why you redock for more efficient fishing. They drop off the food a lot faster. These camels are hilarious to me. I hope Bax plays on this because this is a wild Bactrian camel. Originally, we wanted to give people Gaia camels as a scout. Look at this guy. It's like, get out of here. He has such a sense of urgency. He's really frightened. I guess the camels are always in the center too, so people are fighting on land. Ah! Okay. He's a big boy. Oh, there's another one. So, 2 stables. Likely. For Nicov, he'll have... Yeah, there's a second stable now. At least Ink can see it. Ink will do the same, but he's relying on farms. Nicov will probably switch in farms with fishing ships. So... On a hybrid map, you need to play it like a hybrid map. You need to have a mix of water and land. You cannot just forget about fishing ships like that. And that's twice in a row that that's happened. So now you have to go YOLO. I mean, it's 56 villagers to 34. That's including Nikov's fish. And he'll build a forward monastery. Okay. T90, will you have those points things you get if you watch a stream for a while that allow you to get emotes and highlight your messages? Not highlight messages, because I really don't like that. But we might have a point system in the future, yeah. I know it's default on a lot of streams. I removed it because Twitch added it without asking channels. And I'm really, if you don't know me, I'm really particular about things. I want my chat to be a certain way. I want my videos to be structured a certain way. Oh, we have camel v camel. These camels are going to be so confused. He's like, what? Oh, no, guys. This is the pacifist camel right here. He's like, no, make love, not war. 2 monasteries. So, I guess Ink is doing the right thing. If you're behind by 30 villagers, you need to go YOLO. So, lots of monks and lots of camels incoming. And now a monastery for Nicov. It almost feels like Nicov should be doing more right now. I think that he actually... Maybe he thought the fish would be stronger for him? Okay, that's still insane. But I feel like he should probably add some farms as well. Ink, 1 TC. And he's not producing out of the monasteries, but he does have a few monks. When will the timetable come out for the next qualifiers? Well, it depends on when the players play, right? So they'll start playing tomorrow, leading up till Saturday. Most likely, the best of 7s are all going to be Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, but we'll have 8 best of 7s to decide who gets in. That's a lot, and I don't know if I could do 4 best of 7s on one day. So we'll probably split it up over 3 days, but I'll let you guys know. I think I'll let you guys know as soon as I can. Nicov just tried there to use the skirmishers against the monks. It didn't work out for him. I mean, the upgrades on the camels are the same. Your monks? Ink? Ink? This is awkward, okay. 1 conversion for Nicov, and 2 conversions for Ink. How does Ink have more military? The fish boom has not brought in food, or Nicov hasn't been using the food? Fish overrated. Nicov debated. He's still adding fishing ships, too. I just think you should have a few farms with it, is all. You need a mix. Alright, and now a siege workshop for Ink. Nicov does have gill nets. Yes, he does. I wonder if it has something to do with the fact it's salmon, and there's only 250 food per salmon on some of these. Oh wait, no, these are marlin now. I don't know, I'm trying to find some reason why it seems like he hasn't been able to put the food into... I mean, he has 2 TCs as well, right? So he's pumping out vills out of 2 town centers, which Nicov is not. So he's getting even more eco. That's probably half of it. All the food went into 40 extra vills. Well, that's fishing ships too. So he has a total of... what are we looking at here? He has 25 fishing ships. 25 fishing ships! And Ink is just like, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Not important. Well, at this point, you shouldn't fight for water in Ink's position. Because it's like too late. It'd be so easy for Nicov to just make fire galleys out of his docks and deny that. So you should go all in on land. He has added a 2nd town center for himself. He does have a lot of camels, and he does have monks. But there's a lot more monks for Nicov. Persian monks are not all that special. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Oh, the light cav! Oh, no, Ink! Ink! Oh, that hurts so much. The Mangonel goes down as well. Nicov could convert all of Ink's camels. I think Ink actually is... He might have pulled his hand off the keyboard at this point. Or off the mouse. And onto the keyboard so he can consider calling it. Because that hurts so much. Nicov didn't get that many conversions though. Still can just hide in the town center. And a few conversions will come in from these monks, and then the monks will hop outside of the TC, and... Ouch. Still, it's really weird, though. It's so funny to see the populations and see what's happening. If you didn't know there was water on this map, you'd be like, what? What is happening? How? I'm hoping for war elephants. Nah, we won't see that. I don't think we're going to see a flex like that. Nikov's not the type of guy to 105. He's not the type of guy to tell his opponent to resign. He is... most pro players and high-level players have a lot of mutual respect for each other. Ink will just be happy that he got to participate and play against Nicov. But yeah, guys, he can't push. He can push. Maybe if he went for a ram on the stables. Nikov's already on the way to the Imperial Age. Yeah. So, another TC now for Ink. The problem is, it's like you know the saying, 1 step forward, 2 steps back? In this game, it's been 1 step forward, 10 steps back for Ink. Because the more he adds TCs, the further he is away from Imp, and he's already so far behind in Eco. And then, if he produces camels, they get converted, and as he gets camel upgrades, it just makes the camels that Nicov gets after he converts them stronger. And Nicov is actually going for Commander on, and so he'll make the crossbows that do not cost gold. These monks are not in the best position. Oh, and Nicov realizes that, and they walk right back to the town. Nice. But yeah, I can't say that I really didn't expect the 3-0 here today. Nicov was expected to 3-0 Ink. This was the most lopsided set, but still, I think next time around Ink will maybe have less nerves and maybe think through the home map picks just a little bit more. All right, now Imperial's in. Chemistry's on the way. Crossbows are on the way for Nicov. This is just a keep me safe TC from Nicov. Oh, whoa, hello, Micro Nerd. Well, he'll clear out the siege. He gets his town center up. He could convert camels. Just near perfect play for Nicov at the moment. And I think Ink realizes if I don't fight now, it's over. So he runs in, but... yeah, the camels don't stand a chance. And Ink taps out. Scores 3-0. Nicov will move on to face Stark in a best-of-7 next weekend. Oh man, that's exciting. Nicov versus Stark could be such a juicy best-of-7. Chat, give me a favor, please. I know Ink might be out there right now. I know he's probably not too proud of his performance, but Ink, you qualified when a lot of players were looking to get rating to qualify, and you're facing Nicov, okay? So, with no disrespect to you, Nicov is favored to make it into the main event. He's a beast of a player, one of the best in the world. So don't be too disappointed in yourself. Chat is proud of you, and many people here were rooting for you. I won't spend a lot of time here because I'm sure you know it, but Nicov had way more of every resource because of the fish boom. You can pick a hybrid map and say, here, have water. You can't do that, and that happened twice in a row in this game. Not in this game, sorry, in this series.